All right, folks, welcome to another Decider in Titans League. Decider in Silver. Winner here will move on to Gold, meaning they're confirmed in the top 48 in the world. And I'm very excited for both of these two to be facing up against each other. In the red, we've got Target, who's got this TC going up instantly. Like, this start was epic. He hasn't even sent a dock fill yet, but I don't think that's too bad of a thing. We'll talk about that in a second. But Target, I think, is a really underrated player. I think his heights of around the 1v1 spectrum and elo is probably around 22 or 2300. He doesn't spam games. He doesn't play as many games as other people. And I first was really impressed with him in Nations Cup, I believe. I think it was Nations Cup. There might have been another team game tournament as well where I was like, really like, wow, this guy's really solid. And he's had solid results to make it here. He is, however, the underdog. He's up against Say My Name. And there's going to be a theme today and a theme over like the next couple deciders that end up coming to YouTube later. And it's, we have players who have already been in the upper leagues before. And Say My Name, he started in Platinum Season 1. I remember he had crazy games against Viper and other players. He was, I think, relegated by one game, okay? So he went down to Gold. And then he had like, I think he was tied in Gold and then got relegated out of Gold this past season. So, you know, it does look bad for him in terms of how the format works. Started in the top league Platinum, got demoted then or relegated down to Gold and then down to Silver. But the guy's really, really good. He's playing really solid. But Target will be a much bigger test than Say My Name's previous opponent, which he was able to make pretty quick work out of. So Lithuanians for Say My Name. Both these civilizations have very smooth starts. The Lithuanians get the extra food when the TC's up. And that just means they don't have to rush to a boar or whatever else quite as quickly. And meaning they can have the villagers on wood to be able to get to that fishing ship, which we have now for Say My Name. Target's fishing away, and Malian buildings are all discounted. So, very easy to afford the town center, the dock, and the fishing ship. And then get working from there. Overall flexibility is better for the Malian civilization because you're building lots of buildings that cost wood throughout the game. You get solid monks. You get access to camels alongside your knights to maybe compete against the Lithuanian knights, for example. But Lithuanians are pretty diverse as well in what they can do. And the big thing here for them now in Dark Age is just going to be finding the players, right? And they're going to be scouting for the docks. Right now, Say My Name recognizes my opponent. My opponent isn't docked here and isn't docked here. So he knows his fish are safe. And actually, he knows this is landlocked as well. So I think, based on this alone, he should consider a fast castle strategy. You normally would want to compete for water if your opponent's close by. This is funny. The cows kind of ran into each other there. Someone asked, are the leagues played sequentially where someone could advance all the way to Plat and play all 3 leagues in one season? No. So the reason we have Silver, which is essentially a qualifier for Gold, it's not a normal group format. The reason we have Silver right before Gold is because the majority of the players are not full-time players and people go inactive. So what we couldn't do, like 6 months ago, I did Silver. You had a bunch of players train, get awesome results. And then 6 months later, they enter Gold based on those results. You're going to have players that aren't available. You might have players that haven't played. Like, it just doesn't give as good a representation of player skill going from Silver to Gold. So it just makes our lives a whole lot easier, basically. So that's why we'll have Silver, and then, like, Gold starts immediately after. But in the case of Gold, if you get promoted out of Gold, you would be promoted for that next season, which would be six months or so. The best way to look at it, if it's still confusing for you, is that Silver is a qualifier, which is played prior to Gold. So, but, yeah, you know, if in the event there's big sponsorship in the future and we could blow this thing up, I'd love to have prize pool and a normal group format in Silver, but it would change things pretty drastically. All right, so I think Target has also realized that his opponent has not docked anywhere close to him. Yeah, he scouted the shorelines. Very good Nomad play from both of them here. Vietnamese players are always very well known for being good on Nomad. They've been Vietnamese and Chinese guys. There's just so many lobbies up today and so many lobbies up in the past. The 4v4 Nomad. These guys definitely know how to adapt. Target, though, he was the one who kind of had the final say in what he banned with the way the draft worked. And he chose to leave Nomad and make Nomad game number 1. Looking pretty good for him. The wood efficiency is bothering me. I don't know why he's walking so long for wood, but that's not really the biggest deal. And fishing economy looking good for him. He's adding fishing ship number 6. And we will have just 5 fishing ships right now for Say My Name. Because he's trying to go fast castle. But wait a second. Guys, he found the dock. And he has wandered over here with this villager. And he is going to try and contest the fish. So this is actually not a fast castle play. Notice he's got a lot more on wood than anything else. He wants to snipe those fishing ships from Target. Target's definitely going fast castle from what I can see. He might have some issues with his fishing ships, though. We'll see. Sometimes if you're going fast castle and you need the wood for your market, for your blacksmith, all your buildings, right? And then your fish start to get attacked, you instinctively make navy. But making that navy can lead to some problems with defending your fish. And he's got no vision on this. He does know that his opponent's dock is most likely over here. And no real movement from him with villagers. It does look like he's making a second dock for the efficiency of his fish, though. So, anyways, it's going to be galleys for Say My Name. And he's making a galley from this side. I always have problems when I try this. Because your galleys are going to be split up. And wow, look at the scouting here, guys. They scout the middle pond, which no one has docked. We are going to see stone walls here for Say My Name. And brings in that boar from pretty far away as well. Not bad. A fire galley is coming out for Target. And I think he would probably send the fire galleys over here. That's his goal. Forgive me for the misread. It's not fast castle at all. I thought it was going to be FC, but it's not. Doesn't have the food for it. And maybe he goes fires. Maybe he wants to switch into some archers too, because he's added the barracks now. Why wall like that? Good point. I would have preferred the wall maybe be here. But I think he just wants to get those walls down right now, and he's focused. Keep in mind, you're macroing, and you're microing 2 separate galleys now, which is really annoying. I really don't like the galley play from the forward dock. I would have preferred fires. And Target took a peek here. And Target's going to knows about that dock. And this will be very awkward for Say My Name. 2 galleys shouldn't cut it against 1 fire just yet. And good luck having to micro that. Again, fishing ship's still safe, though, for Say My Name. And he's going to add another dock here. And we have scouts, actually, for Target. He's added a stable. So he's still going to go up towards Castle Age. Really good micro from Say My Name, actually. Without fletching. That's impressive. The walls are almost down for Say My Name, but the scouts might be able to get in over here. There's still a vulnerability there. Say My Name just wants to be able to focus on water and nothing else. But I love the redock. Say My Name was not expecting this. He's clearly clicked this galley past. He didn't realize that. Had he realized, he maybe could snipe some fishing ships. Anyways, the galleys could be working out here soon because he does have fletching. He's trying to kill that one. He's going to kill that. Okay. I think you just should stop producing navy from this dock. Maybe a defensive fire could be good, but if you're going to go galley, stick to it over here. Again, feels like okay to me for Target, right? He still hasn't lost his fish, but he could end up losing his fish, and Say My Name's found him now. And he's got galleys looping in from every direction here. And he actually saves that galley. He's killed 2 fishing ships now. Now, Target's looping here with a fire to go find the fish from Say My Name. But he also has scouts. And he probably just clicked the units here. It looks like he caught a glimpse of the walls. And such a good decision from Say My Name to stonewall. If he didn't stonewall, he would have some problems here. Why not repair the galley? Because there's a million things you're doing right now. You're looking at your eco balance. You're building mills on the deer. You're double checking your walls are good. You're adding the fire to patrol on your fish. You see that, like, repairing the galley is something you can't do all the time. Now he's doing it. It's just, anytime there's something that you see pros do and someone's not doing it in that moment, it's because they're doing something else, right? I still love Target's position here. He still has 4 fishing ships. This fire barely staying alive. What's happening here? This fire's not doing damage to Target's fire. What's happening? It wasn't firing. That's super weird. How do you not attack an enemy fire? Is there something you could even do to make that happen? Not that he would try to. That's very odd. Oh, man. Demo's going to get a hit. Demo gets a beautiful hit. And Say My Name's going to be able to move through here. Target will have to transition his food economy, it seems, into some other forms of food. So, like, maybe the berries that are close by. But being in Castle Age this fast is awesome. He is by no means lost water, and he's in position to maybe even win water. He's attacking this house here. Will eventually break in. Say My Name might need to add more. I would love to see Target send a villager up here and build the dock. That way you just like kind of cut off Say My Name's fish from ever moving anywhere else. That demo doesn't do too much. The fishing ships weren't able to hide Say My Name finding valuable fishing ship kills. But now it feels like his water investment was worth it. And on land, he still has not taken any damage. Yeah, like maybe he had it on no attack stance. That was super weird. Because if you had it on stand grounds, the fire ship would still attack back because they have the same range there, right? All right, so what Target, excuse me, not Tiger. We're not watching golf. What Target decides to do here is he decides to go War Galley to play out on water, which I like, and upgrade these fire ships. He's got a fire here as well. He could kill all of Say My Name's fish, and he drops the TCs. And I know it doesn't look like he has a lot on food right now, but he's going to kill all the Say My Name's food. And he's gonna get a nice little Vill lead off this. Now, I would like to see him take some berries or something. You know, like, I think a little bit of that could help, but he could always add more fishing ships as well. Even using a fire here to weaken this wall. And that's going down pretty quickly. So he will likely get those scouts in. Say My Name's going to need to do something about it. Say My Name arrives to Castle Age, but he didn't have the stone for a second TC. And he will drop that now. What's up, Tom? My internet went out yesterday. Oh, whoa, there's the sneak Vill from Say My Name. What? That's interesting. Oh, I guess that's the dock villager, right? Yeah, my internet went out. I did come back and cast the other series, though, if you didn't catch it. It was a good series. Again, really impressed with Target's transitions. His idle TC time will be high because he is still working on getting the food eco for production. But he's going to be able to kill all of Say My Name's fish now. Say My Name looking to flee. That's not going to happen. And I don't think Say My Name's food eco is all that good either. What he has done, though, is, you know, he seems like he's trying to work his way around taking this. He's going to have a little bit of a distraction, possibly, with his stable towards Target. And he's really heavy on stone right now. So I think he's thinking about a castle, which could be really strong. This villager's super weak here. And I guess Target just ran past this. He was actually coming to look for the Dockville, I believe. Didn't realize the monastery was there when he ran past. Now I think he will have noticed this. He notices the stable. He sees the knight. He's already making a camel, though. But that monastery goes up, and Say My Name's now quick-walled this. And monks could come out, and so those scouts are going to be valuable. Yeah, you definitely give up on water at this point. You killed your opponent's fish, they're going to add more, but giving up on water is definitely the play for Say My Name, I think. Who deleted the... What? He accidentally deleted his monastery. Disaster for Say My Name to start this series. Oh my goodness, that's huge. And Target's going to be like, what? Target's like, huh? How'd you know it was my birthday, bro? I didn't ask for that. That's so kind. Spearmen will do nothing over here, and I assume any knights that come out will also contribute very little. He tried to delete the palisade wall to get his villager out, I'm guessing, and he deleted the monastery. So now he's back to one monastery, but he doesn't have any monks on the field yet, and he's also going to add siege. This is a ridiculous position for Target. He has played this incredibly well. Look at the eco He's brought in more of every single resource. He's got the water controlled. I can't really be critical of anything he's done. He's got insane vision, right? But this hill, guys, this hill's crucial. If Target controls this hill, he probably wins the game. If Say My Name can hold this position, he can definitely hold on here. Now, score is going to be really high because Target has the water control. And that can sometimes get in your head a little bit, but... in this case, he might see the score and think, well, he only has a 5 villager lead on me. Or 5 fishing ship lead on me, because he probably added more fish. There's no way that he's ahead by 10 villagers, 11 villagers. But yeah, that's exactly what Target is right now. Monk does not have Sanctity, so needs to be very careful here. All the monks could die to the siege. Say My Name with good attack rounds. Monk also goes down for Say My Name. Target's still trying to micro down the siege. He's still microing his monks very nicely. The villager's still there. And, wow, okay, in the end, the mangonel ends up going down. Villager's still alive, making another monastery. But yeah, I think in this type of position, you just have to make sure you do not give up conversions on units, which is exactly what happened there. And Say My Name, sees another monk, micro. Yeah, that's going to be a dead monk. And there's a lot of monks coming now. I think the Light Cav upgrade could make sense right now for Say My Name. Or just make more of your own monks, right? He wanted that monk snowball. All right, here we go. Lots of conversions. Good luck getting your eco balance perfect when there's Wololos all the time. You definitely need Sanctity if you're Target, because you can continue to lose monks to the Mangonel. You could also consider Redemption. And wow, that was an insta-convert on the Scout. But I guess the monk had charged it up on other units earlier? Knight does not get converted, but then gets headshotted. And we have more and more barracks from Target, who I think is a little concerned that this is starting to snowball on him. I don't think he wanted to go pikeman here at all. But now that there's a couple siege weapons, some monks inevitably coming, he's going to go for pikes. I don't hate pikemen, but a player in Say My Name's position can use this type of foothold that he has, and he can use that to expand his economy, and he's doing that now. We're going to see a castle from Target. The game is decided on if Target can defend this, guys. He's getting Redemption. He's getting Sanctity. This is a horrible castle to have to place. Are you kidding me? Say My Name sees this. He probably doesn't believe it. And again, the monks will have Redemption. So the monks could convert the siege, and this castle can go up. He does lose some villagers here. But Say My Name has to realize here that he can't lose those mangonels, and he has to back away. Oh, Target gets to breathe a little bit. Target did wall up here, by the way, just to make it more difficult for Say My Name to expand. And that means the castle's going to go up. Atonement on the way for Say My Name so we can convert enemy monks. A good choice here, in my opinion. And still he has this hill. But resources collected has not gotten any better for Say My Name. It's continued to look better and better for Target. And if Target doesn't know Atonement is in, he's about to find out. I think he senses that. Okay, so what do you do? I think you still don't want to donate any units to this push from Say My Name. I think you idle for Imp. That's your next play. I think you stop producing villagers and try and go up to the Imperial Age. He's not really pressuring you right now. Mangonel conversion happens. Monks don't have Sanctity. This could be really bad. Oh, God. 2 of the monks go down. The third one's just going to stay in nice and close to that Mangonel. And now the next Mangonel goes down as well. And Redemption is paid off and then some. Well played, Target. Mangonel goes down. This monk's going to... This is going to be really funny. Monk switches sides and then he dies. Okay. So, yeah, I think Say My Name wants to build a castle here. And he wants to go up to the Imperial Age. That's how he feels like he can push this. When you're behind, the Imp timing can make all the difference. But Imp is already on the way for Target. Again, Target's the underdog in this series. Okay? But I think he is going to be well practiced for this. And he has very good strategy. Also has selected some maps that I don't think Say My Name is going to know too much about. So, I don't know the results here, right? but I do see the scheduling channel from the players and all that stuff. And I don't know if it was like the previous round or what. Anyways, I was like skimming through stuff, making sure I didn't need to help with some of the admin side. And I remember one of the sets was Say My Name. His opponent was like, "Hey, are you here?" I guess it was after one of the games. And Say My Name said, "Yes, checking map." Which stood out to me because like someone checking the map in between the game, looking at the map before they start the game on that map, tells me they probably didn't practice too much on it, right? Thing about Say My Name is he plays tons of Age of Empires 1, and when he shows up to Age of Empires 2, he always does an amazing job. But there is possibly a world where if Target's got good strategies, has a great idea of how to play some of these maps, clearly he's got skill, that he can pull off an upset here today. Like this TC, because he's vulnerable here. And I love the University, especially with Malians. University upgrades come in like 80% faster or something with Malians. And like have addition, boom. We're going to have monks go down. And 45 on food, 15 on gold, 10 on stone. It's just the perfect ratio as he will now drop castle number 2. And the like have continue to pay off. Monks continue to go down. And he also sees the castle. So now he can go for a treb. And then in 40 seconds, he'll have chemistry completed. And he will be able to go for bomber cannons. I like this, though, from Say My Name. Just try and delay it as much as possible. This is an opportunity. Take it. It does feel like this castle still goes up, which I'm sure he recognized in the moment. He's at 2 pikemen, 1 spear, which is kind of funny. He must have converted that. And, well, Target, he'll drop the Siege Workshop. And he will have the hill with trebuchets. Say My Name. I think he's completely screwed here. I don't know what you do. Target defended his fish decently well. Did Target misclick the house? I think he misclicked the house. No way. If he loses this game, it's because he misclicked a house. Oh my god, he should have 3 shots on that castle already, guys. Okay, now he hits the castle. That are the most inaccurate trebs ever. He's still in a really solid position. Okay, he took out the house. If he did click the house, the treb will go for the next closest thing. What's happening? These shots keep missing. Say My Name's gonna repair. What? Okay, this treb is broken. Guys, it's not hitting anything. Do you see this? That's like 5 volleys. I don't know if it was the same treb or what. He attacked the gold with the trebs. I'm really confused. He's not doing damage. Guys, these treb shots are not doing damage. Right? I've never seen anything like this. This is ridiculous. Is he attack grounding, maybe? And it just missed? Okay, like now something changed. Where now the trebs are doing damage. That was very peculiar. Anyways, it felt inevitable that he was going to take this castle out. Now he does. Target couldn't target the units. Her. But he certainly got it now. There's 2 relics in this monastery, so that's going to be his. He has the big army lead. He's up to 60 army. And he dominated Say My Name in that game. I think Say My Name's strategy was not bad, but I think Target played very well against it. I think Say My Name's execution was at a level where he would have, been happy with it. He killed 6 fishing ships, I believe, and he kept his fishing ships alive. But Target, he didn't need those fishing ships because he did such a good job balancing his eco. He was on the town center so freaking quick that he defended very nicely from that push from Say My Name. Little rough, though, from Say My Name. Deleting the monastery really hurt. He was behind at that stage of the game. He wanted this monk snowball to hit faster, so that didn't help him. And that was a really big mistake. Anyways, I told you Target's the real deal. I said it in my prediction video, too. I was like, Target could absolutely beat Say My Name. And the KD was as even as it gets. Kind of funny there with the kills and units lost. But both players at 1 KD, at 1-to-1 KD. And then 40,000 resources collected. Versus 33,000 resources collected in that Nomad game. Okay, so I was just speculating on what would happen with the Romans. Because Target This player who's now up 1-0 on Say My Name. Target coming in as the underdog. Probably feeling great about that. He drafted Romans first. And some people think Romans are really strong. Some people think Romans are kind of meh. Most of us are still trying to figure this out, at least competitively. And Target clearly believes they're quite strong, and so he's gone for them in game number 2, sorry, on Acropolis. And then we've got the Gurjara's more common pick on a map like this for Say My Name. We've seen a lot of Berbers, Magyars, Gurjaras, a lot of stable civilizations. Romans do have knights. Romans do have good infantry. So, like, maybe knight pike could make a lot of sense here. So, here's the deal about Romans. Their economy is ridiculous. Like, I've played against them and with them so many times, and it feels like you could be playing a pretty poor game with the Romans and suddenly, and all of a sudden your eco is flying. Or you could be playing a perfect game against the Romans and doing damage to them, but still their economy's keeping up. The fact that everything's 5% more efficient for them is really strong. And that was also the one thing I singled out when I saw the Civs tech tree months and months and months ago before they released it to ranked. I was just like, wow, that could be really, really good. The issue for Romans is just lack of tech tree, right? Any good economic, well, not any good economic Civ should lack a good tech tree because there's like lots of examples of that not being the case in Age of Empires. But, Romans are really good at like a couple things. They're good with their knights, they're good with their infantry, and then they are good with their scorpions. Apart from that, they're pretty much bang on average or possibly even below that. And so I think the weakness of Romans is their ranged units. But we very rarely see archers played on Acropolis, so I could still see him considering man-at-arms. So Say My Name, going to venture down here to this woodline. A really awkward woodline to lumber camp. He hasn't actually fully scouted it. I think the lumber camp would actually be much better over here. I think we all can relate to this, right? Scouting some of the woodline, but not the whole woodline, and placing the lumber camp on it anyways. But yeah, Say My Name is down right now, guys. He's down 1-0. He needs to respond here. Him going down the target would be a big upset. And a disappointment for him, certainly. Really liked Target's play in the first game. Sometimes in your first game, when you're the underdog, you could, at least I can just tell that a player is nervous based on how they're playing it. And he played like he was the favorite there with a lot of economy. It didn't feel the need to do too much damage. Didn't go all in or anything. He played cool and calm. I liked it. So I'm thinking it's going to be scouts. It's 4 on wood for Target, though, so could easily be a barracks. And maybe we could see early blacksmith. Roman infantry armor is doubled, so if you research one armor upgrade, adds a little bit more for you. Surely it's going to be scouts for Say My Name. If I had to guess, I would say Say My Name doesn't even have the DLC. I could be wrong. Maybe someone could try and look at his profile and see if he's ever played as or against Romans over the last month. This barracks going up is man-at-arm timing, guys. Are we going to see all-in man-at-arm tower? You see Target there. He thought about taking this gold. What on earth? He's sending 5 to gold? He might not mining camp then. Okay, if I had to guess, he's sending 5 to gold and he's just going to get 50 gold and he's going to come back. This is just to get enough gold for whatever strategy it is. It'd be very weird to send 5 to gold and stay there. Okay. Militia being created. He's making another trip. No, he's not. This villager didn't bring back the gold yet, though, buddy. Oh, he wants a lumber camp. Okay. So, oh, mining camp. Okay, so he's going to get that gold anyways. Say My Name's going to be like, huh? Saul Romans now sees the barracks. Now, he could have looked at the tech tree to know what the Civ is strong with. Very uncommon for this map, what we're seeing here. Gonna be honest, things are not looking so clean here for Target. But he's got a target, and that target is that wood line, and villagers are being walled in on that wood line. Say My Name does not see those villagers. So he does not know that it is going to be man-at-arms and also a tower here. If he knew about it, he needs to counter tower it. This could work really well. Oh yeah, that's true. Say My Name plays a lot of AoE1, so he would absolutely have the DLC. I'm an idiot. What I should have said is I don't know if he's played Romans much. Okay, so counter tower here from Say My Name because he can see this tower. That's a good reaction. It's still a good spot for target because what happens here is both towers are likely going to go up, but then these villagers can't hop into the tower and they're still in range of the enemy tower. We'll see if the tower goes up, actually. Both players lose their scout. Target's tower, yeah, it'll go up. Remember, the 5% also applies to the building speed, so they also build 5% faster. Tower up for Say My Name, but now these villagers have to run, right? You can't take wood that easily. And Target wants to rush it down. Say My Name with some quick walls. But loses a villager here. I mean, this is working really well so far for Target. The worry is always, what's the follow-up going to be? And what happens after the Man-at-Arms die? And it looks like the Man-at-Arms might end up going down here. In the meantime, Say My Name's just been taking straggler trees for wood, and he is making archers. And Target trying to kill these villagers, but also having to save his own villagers. Say My Name doing the same. And this villager's going to be, okay, killed off. That's 2 villagers killed from Target. Another villager killed by Target. 3 villagers killed with this rush. Maybe at this point you could be comfortable enough to just leave. Run away with your villagers so you don't lose them. Oh, Say My Name almost loses another one there. He needs to send the strong one out. He needs to send that guy out to boot this Man-at-Arms. So that damage feels worth it, but I'm sensing no follow-up. Which is so concerning. Oh, he's going to make another tower. If he has no follow-up, if he has no defense for archers, Say My Name could pick him apart. But he still could eventually get there. And maybe it's just defensive towers, honestly. It's kind of old meta to just go Man-at-Arm tower and just make defensive towers everywhere. But it feels natural. He doesn't know there's archers, which hurts. But he could tower this. He could tower this. Tower goes up. And might try and aim to build another tower here in a second. Say My Name won't be able to make another tower. And Say My Name's done the right thing here. You either go for these villagers immediately, which he couldn't do because the tower was going up, or you go to his eco. And he's actually not showing Target at the woodline because he knows he won't get the kills in that area. He'll just kind of damage them slightly. But now he can head over towards the berries or whatever else, and now Target's going to panic a bit. Oh god, these villagers could be spotted. This is what I mean. The tower on the woodline's completely fine. These villagers are so fortunate to have their life right now. Okay, but this is what I don't like from Target. Like, why not? You have the stone for another tower. Why not? Like, why leave your stone and why leave your berries? I get leaving the berries because the archers could have kept going there. But if you want to continue to take stone, my friend, just do it and make a tower there. And maybe he wants to just give up on that entirely. Spearman dies underneath the TC. Food eco is really low for Say My Name. And Say My Name, he's still going to be happy with things. Despite losing 3 vills. He's behind by 4, actually. Archers from him, though, are going to give him lots of value. So, I think Say My Name just picked up on something that is really important. Obviously, his opponent doesn't have skirms. Oh, God, what is this pathing? Why are they here? Oh, that's awful for Say My Name. Okay, well, that really hurts. Because now one skirmisher can defend from all this. But I think he's picked up on the fact that this tower shouldn't protect the woodline. He knows he could still tower here. And if he towers here, it denies that whole woodline. I think that's why we're seeing that villager go forward. We also see a stable for Say My Name now as he's thinking about scouts against the skirms. The Target finally fixing his food eco a little bit. Is going to be happy that the archer number is not that high for Say My Name. But this tower, it won't range all the villagers, but it will idle enough. And Say My Name still in a pretty good spot. Let's actually check res collected. It's higher for him, despite having fewer villagers. I think that's because of the worker efficiency. Worker efficiency overall has been 78% in this game for Say My Name. And last minute, you can see how rough it's been for Target. It's not going to get any better once his wood line gets denied, right? He might need to take wood up on top of the hill or something. Also, this is a really awkward area to have to build a counter tower. And I think what Say My Name would love to do is he could just eventually just send archers in here instead of even having villagers in here. I Say My Name. He says, you want to deny me my wood? I'll deny your wood, dude. Thanks for the idea. Appreciate that. Yeah, archers are going to head into there. And his scouts here to push these skirms back. Good micro from Say My Name. He's killing the skirms. Also isn't taking any hit from the spear there. And you can see how comfortable Say My Name is right now in this position. And how awkward this has become for Target. It was his #1 pick to go for this strat. His #1. I'm feeling kind of bad for him right now because I imagine I'd be feeling like an idiot for picking Romans in a moment where I'm dying like this. And I don't think Romans are bad, right? But I don't know if picking Romans for this particular map and this particular strategy is necessarily worth your very first pick on your draft. I Say My Name. Still happy to pick off the skirms. The skirms have full upgrades, right? But they just don't have the numbers right now. He's had skirms in this game, but he hasn't had the position. And Say My Name, he looks so much more comfortable on this map, right? Completely different from what we saw in the previous game, where Target was able to boom. Say My Name has kept it open, hasn't really walled at all, and is just piling on that pressure all the time. This might be over soon. And yep, GG. So, here's how I see it. So, having practiced Man-at-Arms into a range on this map many times without the tower, it's really hard to be able to have a good flow of economy to be able to go into the archers and the timings you want. You're further away from your opponents, so it takes a bit more time to get there. And then your economy setup's just different than a normal game because of the wood situation. So I have always felt as though, again, with the normal Man-at-Arm archer play, it is really hard to execute on this map. And then majority of players probably came to the same conclusion, and they're probably not doing it. So my thought is, Target's initial strat was good. He did damage, but then the follow-up lacked, right? It's even harder to go forward with villagers, have villagers on stone and home, get the tower down, and have the proper follow-up. And the proper follow-up not being there was basically what hurt him here. So, I mean, props to ACCM. Wow, wrong Vietnamese player. Props to Say My Name, sorry, for recognizing that the follow-up would be awkward for Target, and he pretty much immediately counterattacked. And he was happy to just kind of give up on this wood line and just relocate to another one. It's not like this is a safe area either, but he had army control. 16-9 KD, he wins the game. And Bree says he did also throw his Man-at-Arms against the tower. Well, why did he do that, though? He put his Man-at-Arms in there against the tower because the Man-at-Arms have no value from that point forward. And if he's able to take out the tower and his tower stays up, which didn't end up happening, he'd kill even more villagers. It is a strategy that has a lot of commitment behind it. I understand him trying to use the Man-at-Arms there. It was well played from Say My Name to wall it up and fight it all off, right? So, just like a bit of a all-in strategy of sorts with the civilization that he felt could maybe make all the difference for him. Would have maybe liked to see armor. Like, if you're not going to have the archer range faster, try and get armor. See what that does. But 1-1. All right, Game 3. Shoal's one of my favorite maps from this season. We have Malay for targets, and we have Italians for Say My Name, and both of these civilizations are top tier on this map. Again, if I were to make a tier list on this map, I would say Italians. What would be my number 2? I still think Mongols. I think Mongols maybe number 2. Malay possibly number 3 for me. I won't go too much further down that list. You start with sea towers, okay? So that could protect your fish. And then because of that, players typically do not invest a lot into the water. They simply go fast castle. I'm not sure if Say My Name has played this map a lot. I'm very curious to see what he thinks about it. But actually, hold on. No, he did play in gold. Actually, that's a big thing I should have reminded you guys. So he got relegated out of gold in Season 2, right? This is on the Season 2 map pool. He played all these maps. Yeah. That should have clicked in my brain a bit earlier. It's one of those things that I knew, but kind of just was forgetting about when I was explaining things. So yeah, Say My Name's played every single one of these maps because he had to play 5 play all 3s in the group stage. I think, again, he ended up being like getting 5 wins or 6 wins in gold, being tied with someone, losing out on with the tie break. Say My Name, the biggest name between the two. Target, though, got the win in the first game. And that was on a map where there was some water, and then he transitioned into town centers and economy. This map is huge for that as well. But eventually you need to fight over control of the gold. And then it's all about the Imperial Age timings if both players have set up with castles and fortifications here. Occasionally the TCs can generate in different areas, right? So this is kind of like northwest versus southeast. Occasionally it could be east versus west or north versus south. So there could be slightly different alterations of the map, but the way the map works is still the same. So this is kind of a small thing. Look at this. Target is pushing a deer from this group. This is the second one he's pushing from this group of 4. And he's saving these. So this is the group of deer you start with. So this is definitely going to be fast castle then if he's doing that, I think. I think going fast castle and then trying to kill the opponent's fish makes a lot more sense. Malay advance faster to the next stage. Italians have the cheaper dock techs. Both players very good at that. And I think if they're playing optimal, again, having seen like dozens of games, I think that we see fast castle into 2 docks, into fires, and then they drop town centers at home and build up their economy. We could try and maybe add a stable. Some players like that for scout control to see the sides. Even just light cav could be helpful. Get some relics too. We'll see. How many of the gold relegated guys bounced right back to gold? So I assume you're talking from season 1 to season 2. Honestly, I do not remember. But it's a bit different this season, right? Because so when we started Titans League, it was all based on ATP ranks. And so there were some players who felt like, you know, I shouldn't have to play in silver. So, for example, Hart. Like, Hart's probably the best example. Hart didn't play a lot of other tournaments, so he didn't have a good tournament ranking. So he didn't even start in gold. Hart has been a gold player, has never been to platinum, despite, I think, having the quality to get to platinum this season. But or like, for next season, if he performs well in this season. But I think we're finally at that point now, because we needed a starting point with how the system started, and we had to base it on tournament results. I can't just base it on opinions or ladder rankings, right? But then the system kind of balances itself out, right? Because everything from that point forward has all been based on Titans League results. So I think, you know, we've had pretty decent rotations. Like, for example, Say My Name, he was in gold before. We're going to have Fire later today. He was in gold before. Stark, he was in gold before. White Court overtaken. We have a lot of players who were just relegated who are back in silver and trying to get back into gold. Wow, this is interesting. So we have a bot, a Facebook bot, promoting a Twitch stream. I'm going to see if I have any mods around to deal with that. If not, I can deal with it. Okay, thank you, mods. That's a first, though. All right, bots getting more creative. I really miss the really preachy Jesus bots. I thought they were really fun. And also the one weird bot. I don't even know if it was a bot. It honestly might have actually been a viewer who was seemingly obsessed with me. But it was always... It didn't really make a lot of sense what it was saying. So believe it or not, this is actually Fast Castle. But we don't have a mill yet for Say My Name. He needs to make sure he has a mill so he can make the blacksmith and the market. Or, oh no, he has the mill here. Oh, this is perfect. Yeah, this is perfect. I love this. He knows about the extra deer and is making use of it. A target, because he advances so fast to the next stage, he's just going to click up later. But he should still have a pretty solid build here. And I really like the strategy from both of these two. Why did Gabby not sign up? I don't know. I didn't ask anyone, you know? There's a lot of stuff going on with covering the tournament and admitting it. There were some exclusions, but for the most part, all top players did sign up. And then there's different levels of seriousness that certain players took it with, right? It's possible that Gabby, like, she had a crazy run last time, and then she just got completely destroyed in golds. It's possible that could have been discouraging. I could see that being discouraging in some ways. But I think there have been players that have been promoted to gold and then have only gotten, like, 1 win out of the, what is it, the 15 games you play? Yeah, like one or two wins would be pretty discouraging after a while. Anu, welcome. Yes, these are the deciders. So whoever wins this moves on to gold. The rest of my TTL Silver cast will all be deciders. And this build is as crisp as can be from Say My Name. I think he's played it perfectly. Decision making now, guys, is if you make a town center on the gold now, or if you do that later. Do you add Navy, or do you just forego the Navy? Looks like Say My Name's just going to go 1 dock. And then slowly walling up. But you can see these guys feel like there's a pretty solid meta. A lot of other players are walling up really fast just in case someone goes feudal age play it. They're just like, that's not going to happen. Good luck with that. Scouts are really important. Say My Name gets a hit there. There's not a lot of elevation on this map. In fact, is there any elevation on this map? No. Okay, so there's no elevation on this map, so there's no real way that you can get to a hill and turn the tide of the scout war around. But Say My Name will need to be careful running out into the waters here because there's going to be a sea tower. He should know that sea tower is there and not get hit by it. Dangerous. And okay, he falls back to his fires. And War Galley upgrade for Target. Look at their castle age times. 1404 versus 1407. But Target's going to lose his scout, which is a big deal. Because now he can't really see if his opponent's TCing the sides or if he's going for army. Look at this. TC here on the berries. Interesting. Okay. And then we've got the TC on the stone, which makes sense. TC on the stone as well here for Target. TC on another stone too. So you have both players thinking about building a castle eventually. But one player upgraded to War Galley. And that was Target. Target, though, doesn't have as many ships. Say My Name just delayed that upgrade. Honestly, guys, this is so crisp from both of them. And this game will go late. This will definitely go to the Imperial Age. It's very difficult to finish off the game over the next 5 to 10 minutes with how they're playing it. Basically, they've designed their setup so if their opponent would try and go aggressive with anything in Castle Age, they would have a massive economic lead and they'd be able to defend from it in some way. So, a fishing ship down. And we might see more fishing ships go down here, but again, water. I don't think you even need to invest any more ships into it. I think this is pretty much all we're going to see from players. Maybe a demo from either of them. But you want that wood to add farms. And we're seeing that here. I'm sure we'll see that continuously. Monastery now for Say My Name. That's something that he can do quite freely here because his opponent doesn't have the scout. And there go the fires, and fires are going to kill the fish. So advantage Say My Name as far as that's concerned, but he is behind in villagers right now. Actually, Target could try and convert a fire ship. Well, I think a lot of players would consider taking out the sea tower there, but he might have been concerned a demo could come out, so he just backs away. Okay, this is what Target can see. So you can see that relic. He can see this relic. I think there's 7 on this map. He does not see this gold area at all, though. He will know it's there, obviously, but he doesn't have actual scouting on that area. So that tells me that he would be more likely to go to this side if he ever goes there. Running into the darkness just feels worse. And Say My Name has more vision on this side. He's just confirmed there's no one there. And now he's going to go for that sea tower. Sea tower will melt. Couple more fishing ships on the way from Say My Name, but Target's sneaking his last fire to kill some fish, which is nice. And Scout. Oh, and the Scout shows up at the perfect time, and the Scout's going to kill the monk, and there's another monk for Target that's exposed. The starting Scout is so important on shoals. And only at the highest level, right? Like, 99% of the player base isn't going to be able to get value from just the starting Scout while they do everything else. But he did. Good job from Target there. He deletes his fire, and he did kill a couple fishing ships with that fire. So I think Say My Name was at 4 before that, so he killed 3 of them. Anyways. The Say My Name is probably feeling really good after that. But his Scout is trapped. No. What has he done? Oh, convert it. The fire is going to be converted, but honestly, I think converting the Scout gives you more value here, Target. Oh. He doesn't want to do it. He wants to convert the ship. How disappointing. But he'll kill the Scouts, and now they're both Scoutless. Really bad timing for Target to hop out with that second monk that he lost, right? Like, he just didn't know the Scout was there in that moment, I'm sure. Let's check resources collected. This game is really close. Target has collected more resources, though. But look at the amount on food. 22 versus 22. And there goes TC number 4 for Say My Name. Both players have 1 relic, but Say My Name's about to get relic number 2 and relic number 3. This is definitely going to be relic number 4. He didn't scout the south, so he doesn't know relic number 5 is there. Uh-oh. Gotta be careful. Random fire ship is out again. Say My Name noticed it. Saves the monk, and will probably kill that ship. And we have a TC from Target here. Whoa. Okay, we need outposts here. Both players need outposts. You should be outposting away. We do have Town Watch, and he's outposting the other side. I think because Say My Name was here so recently, he does not think that Target will be here. He's expecting Target to be in this area. He's not going to see anything there, which should make him think to outpost this side. There's the university. It's cheaper to go up to the Imperial Age with the Italians. But the Malay research imp faster. And look what Say My Name does. These guys are both so good. Now he's going to try and outpost this side. But he sees the monk from Target, and Target now sees the TC with his monk. And he's going to drop a castle there. This is really good for Target. The castle should go up. It's very rare, actually, that you could fit TCs and castles in the middle there. The fact that he can is so helpful for him. And Say My Name's going to see that. Fortunately for him, he can take the resources over here for now, right? But he needs to go Imperial Age, and he needs a castle for trebuchets. And both players are thinking about it. Target stopped producing vills. We'll probably see him sell some resources, maybe even sell some stone to click up. Yep. And he's going to be in the imp faster because he's Malay. Now, what you're not going to have, which is kind of interesting. So, both positions are kind of awkward. I actually think that the position is more awkward for Say My Name. But, so, Say My Name doesn't have any protection over here for gold miners, right? And he's going to need to go over there. That or take this gold for now. But also, Target doesn't have any army to be able to disrupt this area at the same time, right? So, like, you could, in theory, you don't want to, but you could have 20 villagers mining gold with a mining camp, and you're probably okay. Unless Target sends karambits across the middle, you know, which you can do. There's Navy to worry about, but unless he goes over there. What do you make as the Italians here? In a lot of matchups, we see condos go Italians in early... Or condos go Italians. Wow, sorry. Italians go condos in early imp. Because it's a strong infantry unit that can help you with sniping trebs. But when your opponent can make karambits, and now Malay are really strong. The devs give them their armor upgrades for free in each age. I don't know if that's good. Like, a couple condos from here could make sense, but I don't know if condos here are helpful. He's dropping barracks, though, so he's thinking condos. He currently has 0 gold income besides the 3 relics. And Target, he's making trebs. He's ready to go. His strategy looks awesome. He's got karambits that could run into Say My Name's base, which would be a pain. But we've got a castle here from Say My Name now on this side to protect that gold. He's not mining gold, though, right? He does not have lots of miners. It's kind of funny to use 100 gold units to convert a Karambit warrior, but he does do it. And we'll see if those Karambits do much. It's all about the treble right now. And I think Target feels as though he's won this side right now. I think his mind is already thinking about going to the other side. But he has to make sure that he doesn't get surprised by condos and lose his trebs. He doesn't see the barracks, which hurts him. He doesn't see any sign it's going to be condos. He might be thinking his opponent wants to go into hand cannons, so he's thinking maybe archers for him. But the condos are being masked here. Karambits are now dead. Resources collected. Target's ahead. Target's played an amazing game here. Clearly, he's played a dozen or so practice games on these settings. This guy's strategy is so strong. And yeah, Say My Name has no trebs. And he has no gold income. Like, he's desperate for gold. Honestly, it's bad. He needs to get villagers just running over there to mine gold right now. Because the longer you wait to go get to that gold, the more ground you're going to lose here. And then the second you lose this area, Target's going to switch to that other side. Say My Name's just selling for gold right now. Still massing condos. He seems to be waiting for the final armor upgrade before engaging. Say My Name is rated way higher. He's like 2,500, and he barely plays ranked. I think Target's 2,300, but it's maybe been above that. Okay, this is where it gets interesting. There's really no military buildings over here for Target, and he's going to start to get trebbed from this area. This could be a really fun game. Castle's down for Say My Name. He's off of gold on this side. He has villagers exposed. But Target understands he's going to lose this TC. And he actually might need to consider sending Karambits home. It's so tricky, though, right? Because you don't want to give Say My Name time at his base. So he seems to be decided to just go kill Say My Name. There he goes. Karambit should do pretty good against the condos, but condos have so much more HP. Actually, I think condos might wreck them. I don't know. Let's see. Condos 80 HP, Karambit 30. Karambits are much cheaper, of course. Okay. Barracks are going down. Treb's still staying up. We have a defensive castle here from Target. He wants Karambits here. And he's making a bombard cannon, which he needs to keep up. This is crucial. This is like that monk earlier. Those monks that he lost. I mean, it's more crucial than that. He needs this bombard cannon. He was prepared to need something against these trebs. The Karambits got shredded over here in the meantime. And we do not have Elite Karambit. I think Elite Karambit could make a difference. He's got 39 of them, though. Are they good enough to hold? Man, these condos are strong. And Say My Name. He's got gold on the right. He saw the bombard cannon. He keeps his trebs alive. And these trebs are exposed. And now you're maybe starting to feel some pressure if you're Target. I thought Karambits would have made sense against condos, but I'm seeing a lot of Karambits die. I think trebs should be able to make it in between their castles. But Say My Name's brought more villagers over. Look at his stone count, guys. Also, we've got docks from Target where he went fast fire. Say My Name's going to do the same. So we will have both sides of the map being utilized. Two different unique units, right? We've got infantry unique units involved, which is so epic. And an amazing Shoals game. This is the type of game, I don't know what the other game is going to be like, but this is the type of game I feel like when you have close players that could swing a series, right? Whoever wins this game, they're going to be feeling so good. It's clearly the level's high, right? So to lose this and then have to win 2 straight to have a chance in the series would be so brutal. Like this castle from Say My Name. Let's protect that area. And he's shifting his condos over to the other side. Target, he seems to be shifting everything he has over to the other side. And Say My Name can see that because of that outpost. So he's got vision there. Target, you really need to get Elite Karambit here. And I think archer ranges to go for Arbalest. Condos wanted to run through the middle. They're running into fire. Oh, God. I hope you guys like your condos roasted. This is rough. Can you imagine a demo there as well? Again, say my name's fortified here. He knows about this. And there's the elite Karambit Warrior upgrade. Still lots of condos. We'll have double castle control for Say My Name here. He's got a defensive castle here. So he'll keep his docks up. We've got freaking cannon galleons in the middle right now from Target to push that, though. To push all those castles with cannon galleons. The Karambits are a deceiving unit because they are so low HP. They're so weak stat-wise, but they're very cheap, and they take up half the population space. So the fact that you can have 70 of them at all times is epic. So I don't think Karambits are bad. I think now that you have Elite Karambit, Karambits should be trading quite nicely. Obviously, he had a big numbers advantage there. But, you know, Elite's giving them more HP. Elite gives them more attack. Elite Karambits are a very strong unit. The Bombard Cannons just spotted the condos. And Target just needs to fight. He's still engaging over here with some Karambits. And here he's ready to push. It's Karambits and Navy for Target. That's all he really wants to plan with here. And it's working. Elite has made a big difference. Say My Name's scared. He's backing away, but you can't back away, my friend. You need to fight this. If you lose this castle and you lose this castle, you could lose the game. He's hoping to maybe fight back on water and take back some of the Navy that's there in the middle from Target. But he needs an answer on land. How do you stop the Karambit Warriors? These little termites, dude. Just weaseling their way around. There's 5 relics for Say My Name. This is an interesting fight. I don't think Target notices it, so he's losing cannon galleons. Fires are kind of out of position. He's looking here, though, guys. I don't think Say My Name knows what to make against the Karambits right now. And Target can make so many of them. Target's still not losing on water completely, so he's still fine there. And if he loses water, so what? That's not that big a deal for him. He's still going to have the gold on land. And if he can take Say My Name off of the golds here, it should be completely over. I'd like to see Vils come forward, drop a castle, mine some more stone and gold. Target is a beast, dude. And he's pressuring this side as well. He's got Trebs over here taking out the docks. He's got more Karambits going in. Say My Name is an amazing Age of Empires player. He's top 30 in total win earnings in Age of Empires 2 history. And Say My Name is now down 2-1 versus Target here. Target played that game amazingly well. And I think we saw the power of the melee, right? The fact that he was able to get the castle down in that position and win the race to the Imperial Age mattered so much. It actually helped him, even though it was risky, that he ended up getting the TC on the same side as Say My Name. Because I think this game is different if Target ends up going to the other side. And then Say My Name has gold build up and can think about other things. And to anyone who thinks, well, why no tech switch from Say My Name? Why didn't he try and go for archer range units, which is obviously an option? When you are limited in gold, it is really uncomfortable to tech switch. Because oftentimes what happens is you spend a great deal of time teching, your blacksmith upgrades, investing resources into the buildings for the unit you want to make, and then you might be out of res. Right? He was in a position where he needed something right now, and that's why he stuck with the condos there. And Karambit just completely wrecked him. Elite upgrade definitely made a difference in Target's economy. Again, just like game 1. So good. 20k wood collected, 20k food collected, and 12,500 gold collected. And now Say My Name needs to win 2 straight. Could be our first series that goes to a 5th game in the deciders. Because I have so much faith in Say My Name. There's no way Say My Name loses the next game. There's no way. I'm such a Say My Name fanboy. He's surely going to respond, right? Let's see what we've got. So we've got... Okay, Kilimanjaro, where he will likely go for the Berbers or the Khmer. And for Target... he won't use Chinese because the Chinese are going to be saved for Regicide Fortress. So he'll go probably like Teutons or something. Maybe he goes Chinese, though. Chinese are really good, too. Oh, wow. Okay, game number 4. And it is actually on Kilimanjaro, which we expected. I was unsure on what Target would do here. So, interesting scene. So, Target's up 2-1, okay? He wants to finish this now. If he doesn't finish this now, then it'll go to the 5th game, which will be Target's home map. Now, Target's home map is Fortress Regicide, or Regicide Fortress. And Chinese are seen as one of the best civilizations on that map. He instead has opted to go for the Chinese here. He does have another good map, civilization saved up for Regicide Fortress. So, it's not like it's, he's screwing himself over here if he loses. He has Bohemians available, which I assume he would go for then. So if this goes to a 5th game, I think it's going to be Cumans versus Bohemians. But yeah, we'll see. I still consider it a little bit risky to opt for the Chinese here. But Chinese start with more villagers. If you have a clean start, and his start has been crazy clean. 15 seconds of TC idle time on the back of Loom. Yeah, if you've got the good start, I think that this civilization could just dominate. And if you think about how this map's typically played, we see a lot of walling. Man, this start is good. And we see castle age pressure. So, yeah, I mean, you do have to wall with Chinese, which could be tough. But this gets to castle age and Chinese haven't taken damage. It could absolutely compete with the Berbers. Berries on the back, gold on the back. That's nice for Say My Name. Wood lines and water, all that stuff's incredibly awkward on this map, regardless of how you look at it. And then gold's on the back. Wood is available here and here. Berries a bit more forward for Target. I think his TC's fine, JBR. I think he would love for this pond to have been a wood line. But ultimately, this is fine. I think the only resource that's really going to be exposed is the berries. I think we might see the classic wall from here towards the TC and here towards the TC. But remember, a lot of players will mill the fish here. I remember Hera in the previous season milling the fish with Chinese, and he went up at 19 pop, which was ridiculous. I don't think that's achievable without milling the fish. The idea here is don't fall behind with Chinese, and the rest kind of sorts itself out. For Berbers, it's get to castle age and spam tons of staple units. Cheap knights and cheap camels are huge here. What units counts are camel archers? Huskarl. But, apart from that, it's about controlling the game and being in the right positions. Any ranged unique unit can normally form a big death ball, but that can only be on one spot. So typically what you would see is players against something like camel archers. They're going to defend with one unit, like maybe skirmishers, and then they would go and raid the sides. I don't think unique units are going to be seen on this map because there's so much to protect. You have to rely on more standard units. Yeah, I think if this was Arabia, I prefer Chinese a lot more in this matchup. But I think on Kilimanjaro, I think Berbers are pretty close to Chinese. And Say My Name drafted them pretty high for that reason, I think. All right. Well, I also noticed these two sheep are kind of hiding from Target. He might never find those. I don't think I would check there. If anything, I might check here or here. It's not going to be a 19 pop. But he can pull off 21 pop, which is still pretty good. These villagers will bring in the food in a second, then one more drop off and he's good. People have always said the ideal Chinese start. Again, this normally references Arabia, but the ideal Chinese start has 25 seconds of TC idle time. And he's got 23 seconds of TC idle time. So he's going to be in feudal age faster, and he's going to have one more villager. That's Chinese for you. And you have cheaper techs, and there's more food on your farms. And you could do pretty much everything with generic units. You can go for strong cavalier, camels, halbs, champions. You've got siege ram, onagers, scorpions, and then you have chukunu. I mean, Civ can do a lot. Say My Name, though. Going for militia, this is very off meta. Remember that game that we saw in Acropolis earlier today? And how off meta it was from Target. I guess it wasn't off meta to go with the tower attempt, but tried to go for infantry on a scout map. And this has always been a scout map. And Target, he's actually still looking for those 2 freaking sheep. He can't find those goats. He's still at home, but he also is probably just assuming that this is going to be scouts from his opponent, so he wants to play as safe as possible. Oh, and he tries to drop the stable there, and... Oh, God, now your villager's on the other side. Hello from the other side. Okay, that's awkward. Say my name. Going to reach feudal age, gets to run away here. But he has scouted everything. He scouted the mill. He also knows to lure the scout away from his militia. Right. Wrong. Good job from Target, though, to notice it, because a lot of times you just continue to chase there. Ring around the rosy. Pocket full of posy here for Say My Name. Kills the spearman. Scout's a little dizzy. He's got DSR, Dizzy Scout Syndrome. But I think Target's okay. I feel like there's a... No, there's not a hold there. Woodline will be a nightmare, but he should be able to wall it up. This is why I'm surprised that Say My Name showed him the man-at-arms. I think you lure the scout away, and you might actually have an opportunity for Vil kills. Oh! Uh-oh. That could be multiple. You might just assume he's dead. Just assume he's dead. Give up. Give up. Give up. Give up. You assume he's dead. Give up. No! And this is what Man-at-Arms can do. You miss one wall, and you're going to lose your whole wood line. Ripperoni, man. It's going to be 2 Vils down. Chinese advantage gone. And it could be worse than that. He's going to lose a scout as well in the process. He'll probably take it so he doesn't lose more villagers. And Say My Name was just one enemy palisade away from not getting any damage done on this. And now he's feeling pretty good. This has kind of neutralized the stable start, right? If there's an archer range start, then this would be pushed back, but... I think the play there... I mean, he only lost 2. I say only, but... I think assuming that villager's dead and trying to just wall behind so you don't lose the others is what I would have done there. But I also have very little faith in my quick walls. Target probably has a lot more faith in his quick walls, and he could have gone for the epic play there, so... Wow, Say My Name, no hesitation here. This is a little risky. Typically, you don't move out with archers without spears. But he's kind of veered to the side. Meanwhile, he's trying to wall up. Is he fully walled already? Oh, man. This is going to be a rough feeling for Target. Unless there's a hole and he could get through. You see, Target, he doesn't have the wood income right now, guys. He doesn't have an archer range to be able to make skirms. And 3 scouts can't engage against this, so he has to completely leave his berries now. Now, Say My Name did do this at, with some level of sacrifice. Because he didn't even have his wood upgrade. And his wood situation will be rough eventually. But lots of potential for damage and annoyance here as we see a scrambled archer range for Target. Scrambling it up, just like I prefer my eggs. Oh, God, but the scouts... Okay, scouts could have killed an archer there. Say My Name adapted pretty nicely. I still think Target's okay. Once he gets to, 5 skirms. Yeah, once he gets to 5 skirms, he's going to be okay. But making lots of skirms against a player who you can't damage and can make very good knights in the later stages of the game is not a great feeling. And, oh, that was such a questionable engagement from Target. I think he got too aggressive trying to kill the weak archer. Loses 2 of his scouts there. That could hurt him. Yeah, he's been missing these goats all game. I don't know if anyone's ever going to find those goats. Oh, actually, he can see them now. I don't know if it really helps you now. You've got farms. You have to make sure you just get your walls down at this position if you're Target. And make sure you don't lose skirm numbers, which was an issue for him on Acropolis earlier. You see, he just placed the walls, and now he sees more archers. He might not have been expecting it. Honestly, he might have just assumed his opponent would give up on archers. He has no blacksmith upgrades yet, guys. The timings on these attacks from Say My Name's just coming in hot and heavy all the time. And Say My Name just continued to push forward with archers having confidence. I'll check resources collected in a moment, but, oh, the man-at-arms and the spearman. Oh, this is just too much for Target to handle. I just don't think this guy can compete. There's a lot of people that can't compete with Say My Name when playing a standard land map. Kilimanjaro arguably even more difficult because of the opportunities for aggression, right? If it was Arabia, the Chinese player would have been walled already. And that's villager number 3 to go down. I said it before the game. You can't bet against Say My Name on this map with all of his experience when he's the favorite. You just can't. And 500 food in the bank. He's going to use some of that food to make some scouts now against these skirms. So he's not just going to wait for Castle Age. And that scout's going to be on the way. He is actually housed right now. So the scout's not on the way. And scout not being here could possibly be a concern. 37 vills for both. Fletching's in on these skirmishers. Target really wants to get these walls down. He's lost 3 villagers, but he started with 3 more. He's had cheaper technologies to work with. He's got more food on his farms. There's so many bonuses that help the Chinese here. He just needs to get these walls down. I think that Say My Name has surprised him again and again and again in this game. Target didn't expect men-at-arms. And he's now thinking this will go to Castle Age. So he's like, okay, I can hold with my skirms. I will get the walls down, but I'm not going to rush them. And I think 2 scouts being here could deny all the walls and bring him massive problems before Castle Age comes in. Did he see that scout, though? I think he might have caught a glimpse of that. This villagers here could maybe complete the walls. No, maybe he didn't know. He sees the scouts now, and this gets so awkward. Because you have to add spears now. But if you add spears, there's archers out there. There's man-at-arms out there that can kill those spearmen. And you still have 2 minutes until you're in Castle Age. It's the same exact thing for Say My Name. And it is full evacuation mode for these villagers on the left. And all the skirms are going to go down. And now Target has to damage control. He has to try and re-wall behind, which honestly is very smart. But why not run through if you're Say My Name? Well, actually, that might be stupid. There's a TC. But okay. I'm getting excited here. I'm just really impressed with how Say My Name has played this. Now he's kept his opponent open. He's done so much with 1 barracks, 1 stable, 1 range. Crazy stuff from Say My Name. 20 to 10 KD here. The positive here for Target is he is going to be in Castle Age faster. The negative thing is I don't think he has the eco balance to really get the upgrades and the timings he wants on any attacks. If he had 2 stables right now, and he had armor and he had bloodlines already in with these resources, I'd like it. But he only has armor. I actually did forget he had 2 stables there because I'm stupid, but obviously he had the first one. He goes +2 armor first. He wants to kill these archers. Now, if your opponent has 4 skirms, I feel like camels would be the way. And yeah, Say My Name's doing that. Such a good call. Like, I think I would honestly still... Oh, God, Knight. But again, no bloodlines. And armor's still 25 seconds away. But I think I honestly would open with Knights first. Because I'd still be scared my opponent would go for skirms long term. But he probably realizes his opponent won't add more. And we got Crossbow, and we've got Bodkin for Say My Name, and then there will be Camel support behind this. And, yep, bye-bye skirms. Second TC for Say My Name. Third TC over here. Wow. Where there's wood and gold, and then here where there's stone. He's going to try and boom here. And Target is in all-in defend this attack mode. If he defends it pretty quickly, though, he could have a nice army lead and potentially push out. He also could drop a second TC, but he doesn't really have the food economy to sustain production of knights and villagers. So he's doing the correct thing and delaying that, in my opinion. Yeah, I agree. It was really impressive here from Target not to just get completely overrun. The fact that he still had a competitive Castle Age time is impressive. But I don't think this is going to get any better for him. Say My Name is just so strong. There's only 3 camels here, though. So I think Target wants to loop around and try and engage against that. It's either that or he wants to counterattack. Ooh. Oh, wow. He sent Vills here to try and escape, and a crossbow found him. Must have been a random crossbow hanging around. Is Say My Name micring this crossbow? He's micring this crossbow? What? While booming on 3 TCs? And reacting there right away. This is the type of thing that just makes everyone want to give up. Like, why should I try and be this high level when... Okay, well, he loses the crossbow. Now we have hope. I was going to say, this game is so difficult. Why should I even pretend I could be that good? So, eco lead for Say My Name. Res collected, he is ahead, but barely, right? Chinese. Target. He's looking for a target right now, and he will drop a TC here on the gold. Awkward, obviously, but the villagers have been around there for a while. He really needs to get that up. We've got scouts headed over there from Say My Name. Those villagers are still weak. The camel's looking. And there's a hole in Say My Name's woodline. He's over-chopped. He's got a monk prepared, so he could go for a conversion, though. He does get the conversion. And he should be able to deal with this. Meanwhile, still looking for those vills and not finding it. And this is Say My Name shifting back home just to defend himself from this counter. And Target, he won't be happy he lost the knights, but at least he killed quite a few villagers in the process. And this TC will likely complete, so that's good. But look at the army. Target has all the siege now, which he had to make at home. I don't know if siege moving out is going to do anything for him. And 3 TC. Good army count. It will be 12 camels, 1 knight, 2 scouts, 1 man-at-arm, 9 crossbows. Bit of an AI army here from Say My Name. But he's made a lot in this game, and he's done good work with them. Oh, he found this TC now. Just a little bit too late. He honestly could have denied that. And he sees the scorpions there. And he will back away this TC from target later than he would have wanted. But I like the pikeman switch. That's a good idea, going pikeman. It does still feel like the timings are all off. Because Say My Name could build up siege in the meanwhile. And Say My Name's got a good position on this big hill on Kilimanjaro. And Say My Name's been on stone. So Say My Name can build up towards camel archers as well. Remember, already has Bodkin arrow, right? From his crossbowman. It still has crossbowman too, which could be helpful against the pikes. That's a nice find from Target. Target has to do a lot with very little right now, and he's been able to accomplish more than I expected. Is this going to go to 5 games, guys? Can Target do it? Can the other dog make it happen? He's played super good. I hope, at the very least, he's earning a name for himself. This guy's been underrated for a year or two. And, well, he kills a monk there. That monk's just passing. That'll be relic number 2 for Say My Name. But at least Target gets to see the army. You would think you would need the pikes and scorps and siege all together to take a fight. That could be pretty decent then. Mangonel's on the way. Say My Name's just going to try and yoink this relic. He's like, thank you. See ya. He leaves. This monk's going back home empty-handed. And now the siege is unprotected. The knights died. The pikes are there, though. The camels will have to back away. But another really nice engagement for Say My Name. As he will just run away with his camels. And the crossbows are just waiting. Like, how are you supposed to deal with this composition? Well, okay. First obvious misplay from Say My Name. But he's going to be piling on the pressure here. I think we'll see Vils come to the middle and drop a castle. You could also drop the castle here, but why not drop it on that hill? Yeah, 1 gold and 1 stone on the hill or near the hill is pretty standard for this map. There's lots of gold and stone towards the corners, though. The thing is, though, if you have control of the middle, it's not so much the gold, but it's all the wood, and you're able... Like, if the other guy's not on the hill, you are able to so easily attack them, right? Like the TC here, easy to find. If there's a TC here, you still got hill control to go pressure that. Target 79 villagers, 82 for Say My Name. So impressive from Target that he's been able to get to these numbers. But still does feel like he's a couple steps behind in terms of the flow of the game. He doesn't have a single relic. That's a big shot. And he's built up towards siege and pikemen to defend from everything else. big shot from Say My Name. And, you know, then Camel Archers are going to be out. And Camel Archers really tough to deal with. Pike and Siege is a great composition when you have it on the front of someone's base. But if you're defensive with Pike and Siege, players... There's no reason for them not to just leave. Just simply run away. Again, Say My Name. Using the Cav so quickly. Moves in. Takes the Scorps. Still getting crazy value from these crossbowmen. Here he's got the Siege. He's hitting the villagers. Oh, God. Target doesn't realize because he's distracted on the other side. And this is only going to get worse for him. Both players are looking here, though. Because Say My Name is super close. Maybe he knows. He must know. Well, Target doesn't know. Oh, no! Rip! I mean, even if he didn't lose a single villager on this TC, I think it would eventually have gone down. Still so focused on this area. And, okay, he notices now. He doesn't see that many dead bodies, so that's a positive, I guess. If you see 10 dead bodies, you feel worse. But Say My Name's on the way to the Imperial Age. He now has a 20 villager lead. That should only grow. He's making outposts everywhere. His vision on the map is ridiculous. He sees so much. He just knows his opponent. He knows exactly where his opponent is. He knows exactly what his opponent is doing. He's dominating the guy right now. And crossbowman. See pikeman. Say thank you very much. I'll get some kills. And I don't know if he realizes this, but Target is out of gold. So this is the only area where Target can get gold right now. These 6 crossbowmen have gotten ridiculous value. Oh, knights though. Knights. Sneaky knights. Obviously, you can lose the crossbows and feel fine about it. You're going Camel Archers next. You don't need to have the crossbowmen anymore. And Camel Archers will pop out. Camel Archers will take out the Mangonel. I think we might see the GG any second, but yeah. Okay, wow, that's actually the second time I've called GG perfectly in this series. But not too bold of me to guess that the GG would be called there because Say My Name just dominated him. So a back and forth series that will end on Target's home map. The side storyline that I mentioned before was Chinese really solid on Regicide Fortress. So to lose with Chinese here does hurt a bit more in the event that he loses the 5th game, but that's all like forward-thinking things. I don't want to think negative thoughts. I want to give more positive for Target. The positive thing for him is he drafted Bohemians, which is tip-top tier, and that was probably all part of his plans from the start. Say My Name also is Cumans, and I'm really excited to see how Say My Name plays Cumans. I don't think it necessarily suits his play style. He's a bit more standard of a player, but 88 to 31 KD there. It should be advantage Target because it is his home map for the 5th game. So good, man. Now all we need for this to be the perfect series is for the next game to be like 90 minutes and be a total slog. All right, game number 5. Again, just an absolute bummer that one of these players is not going to move on to gold. They think they have shown me and shown you hopefully today that they have the skills to compete and get there. But Say My Name's gone for the Cumans. Now, yesterday I casted a series, and it was 14 pop Feudal Age from a player. 14 pop! I don't know if this suits Say My Name's playstyle. I think he knows that 2TC Boom with Cumans is really strong. But does he know the build? He's not up at 14 pop, that's for sure. You start with a lot of extra food and Regicide. He's queuing Vills. Like, he's still queuing Vills. So that tells me he might not go fast feudal here, which is... Huh? Why would you pick humans if you're not doing that? Okay, might have another strategy in mind. Might be a different way to tweak it. Just because some players will build it, go fast feudal and build the TC immediately doesn't mean you necessarily have to do that. Target is Bohemians, and this Civ has one of the best death ball comps in the game with Halbs and Hufnitsa cannons. Humans cannot stop Halb Hufnitsa. They just cannot. What they can do is they can outmaneuver it. But if the Bohemian player has the advantage, things will get very complicated here. Yeah, this is a regicide game. So if you lose your king, you're dead. Look at this. Look at this guy running on the running track. It's like that. It's like that little area the map was made for the king, and he ran on it. That's cool. But anyways, Target will go fast castle here. Target will drop town centers in Castle Age because he has to wait till then to do so. So this is much later than what you normally see. It does mean your economy is a bit better for now, right? Because you have more villagers, but this is a 17 pop click up from Say My Name. You can tell by the food and wood that he absolutely could have done this earlier. But you can also tell he's not going to gold, so this is not a fast castle. Second TC, I think, will go here or here. You want it on a wood line, and if you can do wood line and gold or wood line and stone, you'll take it. All right. Other things on the map we should mention. Looks pretty balanced. We've got 2 relics here on the left. We've got 3 relics here on the right. So he can work with that. King, oh my god, Say My Name. My heart just jumped out of my chest when that king started to go here. Because he's 1 gate from Target away from getting his king trapped if he went in there. And Target would have had the vision. Yeah, it's literally just 1 gate. The king can't fight back, and then the scout could come in and win the series. Put that king at home, man. All right, there's the TC. So there should be 0 seconds of TC idle time for Say My Name. He's going to have so much food income. And this is why you pick the Cumans. We haven't actually seen Bohemians played that frequently on this map. We've seen a lot of other civs, but I still think they're very, very strong here. The main issue for any civ against Cumans is stopping the timing of the kip checks and the fast imp. Because regardless of what you do, the Cuman player is going to have a faster imp than you in most cases. Now, I remember a game. It was backed versus somebody. If someone really wants to look it up, they could. But it was backed in Platinum this past year. Or past season, rather. And he was Bohemians. And to stop the kip checks, he went for the Hussite wagon. And this is why I think Bohemians might be the better civ. I think you can stop the kip check pressure in Castle Age if you have a couple Hussite wagons with a monk or 2. Hussite wagon has insane pierce armor. Kip checks don't do that much damage. So that's where my brain is. I think the Target, instead of just giving up the map and allowing the kip checks and villagers to come forward, drop a castle here and get trebs, I think you need Hussite wagons patrolling here. Just like a couple of them. It could be extremely helpful. So anyways, Vill lead for Say My Name. Could be more significant based on what we said, right? But this isn't bad. And Target just collecting 50 stone here, so he goes up to 200, so he can drop TC number 2 and TC number 3, which you absolutely have to do here against the Cumans. If it's arena, it's a bit different, because there's no castle and you could apply pressure, but what do you guys think? Who wins this game? Say My Name or Target? Say My Name's the favorite, but Say My Name is not playing on his open land maps that he's shown to be so good on in this series. He's playing on a closed map. I guess the map that was the most closed that we'd seen Target win on was Shoals. The Target looked really good in that macro game. Both of his wins, Nomad and Shoals, just super strong macro. Do you need redemption to convert wagons? Actually, that's a fair point. For some reason, I am second-guessing myself on this, but I believe you do not. But maybe you do. Yeah, but the idea is, like, I don't think wagons need to be your long-term unit. But I think 4 to 5 of them to just delay the push. You do need redemption? Okay. I mean, they are a siege unit, so that would make sense. Yeah, so that's even more of a reason why you do it, right? Because Say My Name probably won't have monks, but even if he did, he wouldn't have the tech. And you should be thinking already. You know your castle's on the front, so this is the position you need to hold in this game. It doesn't actually know where the walls are for Say My Name, so But he can assume say my name's in the north. All right, so let's see. We got more villagers going to stone for say my name. This tracks. He doesn't have tons on wood. If he transfers a little bit more to golds here, this is definitely the fast imp approach. He's not doing so, so it actually makes me think he might consider a 3rd and 4th town center. I feel like he would do that now. He's banking more wood, and he doesn't have more on gold. Okay, now he's making another mining camp. He did wall this off with his buildings, which was kind of nice. Monk going out for relics. Scout needs to be active for say my name. I think he was healing in his castle because the scout was weak. Probably from lowering the boars or something. And if you can use this scout to kill a couple monks, that can be fantastic for you. And, well, oh my goodness. It's just like perfect timing. It's kind of what happened earlier in this series as well. It says, I think I'll check on that. And zero hesitation. The way he uses his units is so cool, too. Like, he moves with a purpose. Okay, boom. He says, okay, I'll get a couple extra hits. Okay, we'll go here. We'll heal up right now. Gold mining, wheelbarrow, stone mining, all these techs for say my name. Next up on the agenda is going to be Kip check. And you know what he does? He knows the scout went to the left. So he says, all right, back to the relic. Back to the relic. Nope, nothing here this time. Where is he? And Target's just checking this. There is a world where sometimes players add scouts as humans here, so Target may be a little bit paranoid. Say my name, checking the left. Now, what's kind of nice is Cumin Scout is faster here, so you can have a weak scout still be moving around. And there he goes. Checks the gate, doesn't see anything, sees the scout, knows he's been spotted. And checking the dark patch, sees the relic. Okay, so now he's probably going to loop right over to the right again. And there's a spearman waiting. You see what I mean when I say he moves with a purpose, though? That's just the scout. And then he's building up towards imp. Imp timing is a little delayed based on what could be possible here. Goes for the attack, knows his scout is faster. Makes target think that he's possibly going to get the kill there to bait him into the kip checks. Res collected. I saw a wagon on the field. 1,000 more resources for say my name. The wagons is perfect. I think it's perfect. Watch. Yeah, you do nothing versus the wagons if you're a kip check. And I don't know if fast imp works if target starts to add the wagons. Amazing snipe from say my name, though. It kills another monk. This dude's a freaking genius with his scout control, but it wouldn't surprise me if we see a third TC right now from say my name. I think he starts to freak out a little bit, and he's like, oh no. This unit is perfect against the kip checks. He's selling food, though. He will click up. How does he take map control for that next castle, though? And this is what I mean. That you've now made enough wagons to secure the position. And what makes the strategy strong is the position for those trebuchets. People seem like... there's so many people who talk smack on the Hussite wagon. It's good. It's situationally strong. Especially certain pros just love to be like, oh, it's the worst thing ever. That's not a quote exactly, but it can be really good against archers. Mixing it in against archers in combination with some of the other strengths of Bohemians could be really solid. It's awkward though, right? It's very awkward. Speaking of awkward, TCing outside the walls with no loom. Oh god. Well, that's a little sloppy. And say my name sits underneath. He runs in. He says, give me more. And, well, I guess the kip checks aren't going to do anything for map control now. Not that they were before. But now the kip check gets to scout out a little bit. Still no second castle for say my name. Notice how he's dropping the town centers and a very defensive castle. Yeah, so his game plan has had to change because of the wagons. And now Target has surpassed the Vil count of say my name. And that's a conversion. That should be a conversion, right? Okay, that was like dangerously close. Monk's gonna go heal up. 2 relics for Target. He could probably get more now. And Target, maybe still worried about the Imperial Age timing, is going to click up to the Imperial Age just fine. Okay, so let's talk about practical things you can do against this wagon, okay? So first off, you just mix in other units in front of the Kipchak. So something like Hussar could work. Second thing is they do take a decent amount of damage against siege. So you could go like Kipchak Mangonel. That could work. But I don't like Kipchak Mangonel because he's already an imp. He kind of needs something now. And I think he's shifting into trying to use his mobility, honestly. I think this game goes very late. And he wants to now... His game plan is to raid the sides long term. So this is no longer about pushing middle with Trebs at all. This is just about finding the damage he can with the Kipchaks by outrunning the wagons. But again, that game plan has completely had to change here. Convert them, maybe. I don't think it's worth the gold cost. I think you could just simply outrun them at this point. And if you get enough of them, maybe kill the wagons. As you can see, wagon's going to kill 1 Kipchak. Kipchaks are a low HP unit. No bloodlines even. So it's not that impressive in the damage output. Well, saymyname gets the kill. So saymyname's just going to continue to make these. And guys, Target's making pikes right now because I think he's not expecting more Kipchaks. He's like, I have the answer to Kipchaks. Why would he still make them? Oh god, don't lose that castle. Oh my god, delete it. Delete the foundation. 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 Shoot the foundation. Wait. Hold on. Did he lose a castle there? Or did he delete it? He lost it! No! He actually lost it! He had 625 stone. He bopped it a bit. It's 23 HP. And he doesn't get any stone back, so he didn't delete it. Oh my god, that's horrible for Target. Oh, and he'll know it too. He'll recognize that. And maybe he tried to delete. I don't know exactly what happened, but he had a moment or two where he could have deleted it. And the Kips, they're checking on the eco of Target. And still no bloodlines. So, like, there's still 40 HP. It's wild to me he hasn't researched bloodlines. He's been playing this game for 10 years. I'm surely he knows that's helpful. But, anyways, the Kipchak's getting the job done. Oh, you needed the stone for that castle. And he's now making mangonels. Does he... I think Target's confused. I think his game plan initially was great. But now he seems to be rattled. It's the 5th game in a very important series. And now the wagons kind of out here on their lonesome. They've been spread out. And the Kipchak numbers are starting to get the job done here. Still no bloodlines on the Kipchaks. And we still don't have elite Kipchak or anything, which will eventually happen. Dang. Ah, man, losing that castle hurts. Because you really need that area protected. Not having a castle there now. Because he would have placed that castle throughout that period of time where the Kipchaks were killing his wagons. This now means he's in a difficult spot. He's going for Onager. So he's opting for Onager instead of going for bombard cannons here. Which is not something that I've ever really seen before. But Halb Onager is really good against humans. Yeah, you do need a stable for bloodlines. That's a good point. There's the stable now. He did get Thumb Ring from the range a second ago. And then there's the castle. We've got Parthian as well coming in. Alright, so Onager is about to be in. Onager shots could flatten the Kipchaks, but Kipchaks could also snipe the Onagers. So this gets interesting. And one bad moment like that, and you could lose all your Kipchaks. These things are made of glass. Glass cannon would be the best way to describe them. Okay. Kipchak's running around this way. Okay, earlier in the game, saymyname saw the king was in that tower. That's blocked off, though. Still having to micro here. 23 Kipchaks. Onagers being clicked after that. King has been relocated because there's some concern. And now the Onagers are getting microed down by saymyname. Are you freaking kidding me? He's got bloodlines now, too. And he just runs right up next to these bad boys and said, nice try. Does he know about this castle? He doesn't know about that castle. Otherwise, he probably would be making trebs. Say my name's Micro with these kip checks has just been so frustrating for Target to deal with, I'm sure. So annoying. They're so fast, and they're able to just run into every little nook and cranny. Again, like, he's so annoying. I'm getting annoyed for Target right now. Still Say My Name doesn't know about this castle, which is funny to me. I think Target just had a moment where he's like, okay, I need to make more Hussite wagons. And he does. He absolutely does. But good luck catching everything. He tried to send villagers out there. Say My Name's microing. Say My Name, click the house there. But he's microing here. Big micro moments as he takes out more onagers. Tack round from Target. Hits the target. Does kill some kip checks. Kip checks still pretty weak. Only 18 of them now for Say My Name. Do not get discouraged for Target. He's got 3 relics. This doesn't get much better for humans in the long run, I don't think, anyways. It can only get better for the Bohemians. They've got great halbs. They've got great skirms. The castle positions are actually very good for defense. If this one stays up, that is. This one's here. The other one's here. And the wagons, they need to be together. But they can do some chip damage here at these kip checks. Okay, but Say My Name knows about that castle now. He also seems to have confidence against these wagons. And he continues to run in here. He's so bold with his army. He's going to go for Hussar right now. There we go. 4 wagons. See how much damage they tank? Problem is, it shouldn't be... It can't be your only unit. There is... Elite version's pretty strong. Bolt! Oh, okay. Never mind. Didn't really do damage with the shot. I was wrong. And Target worried he's going to get peeled apart here, I think. Guys, he actually has big wood problems. He's taking a lot of wood on the left side. And Target will lose this castle. It will be Hussar and it will be Kipchak combined for Say My Name. It will be Halb and it will be Siege and a couple wagons here or there from Target. But, you know, the problem for him is the Halbs will die to the Kipchaks. And the Siege could die to the Hussars. You need the snowball. You need to be in one big ball pushing. If you're reacting, especially against a player like Say My Name, this could be so difficult. But okay, that's the death ball. This is the first time where you're suddenly staring at this if you're Say My Name, and you're kind of worried you're going to lose this. This is horrifying. Now, if there was only something to push the castle back at the same time, Target didn't know the castle was there until just now. And Say My Name's also finding villager kills on the left. But yes, that right there, you don't have an answer to. But it's also really hard to control Halb and Onager because it's so easy for all your Halbs to leave your Onagers. Anyways, nice finds there from Say My Name. We also had Halbs killing a couple villagers there from Target. And Target's on this gold. That's a neutral gold. Say My Name hasn't scouted this neutral gold on the left. He doesn't know it's there. Whoa. Target doesn't know it's there either. And Target lands some big shots, folks. He lands some big shots. His Halbs do additional bonus damage. Have we reached the point of the game where humans just struggle? Now the gold income is like a real issue, actually, for Say My Name. He's got 1 on gold. He still has gold accessible. He can mine that gold. He could find that gold. And okay, he's now swung his trebs to the right. But this should not happen here. Target has bombard cannons on standby. He should be able to make a move towards those trebs. Now, if he does that, Say My Name's now prepared. And this is what control brings you, right? Target's over here because he's worried about this position. He's very paranoid about the left flank. And now he could lose the right flank. Remember that castle he lost earlier. If he had an additional castle on the field, maybe he'd feel a little bit more secure. But he's going to lose this castle. A lovely display of why you do not trickle treb there from Say My Name. As he will have to ultimately back away with his trebs here so he doesn't lose them. But guys, Say My Name has to... He has some real work out ahead of him now. Like, you've got to avoid this death ball. And you have to somehow peel your opponent apart, and he's trying to do that now. Kipchek's over here. Kipchek's backing up here. Kipchek's make it through. The Kipcheks can get some kills. You see how awkward it is? Look, you send Halbs to one area, and then you might lose an onager. Or kill your own onager, and then, oh, lose the cannon as well. If saymyname had this gold, I'd feel like, okay, he's got this no problem. The fact he doesn't see that makes me think a little bit differently, but guys, he just has... He's killing so many siege weapons, and he doesn't really seem to care about losing any Kipcheks here. Oh, Target can't... He can't seem to handle it, guys. Oh, Hussars could run through there as well. Kipchek's still being microed here from time to time. You need a big push if you're Target. You have to... I know you can't really ignore the sides because it sucks. But you have to build up enough trebs and cannons to have a fight happening where you want it and where saymyname has to react to you. And if he doesn't address it, if he doesn't take the fight, then he loses the castle and then could lose the game. So, because you lose this castle, you could lose the rest of the castles. These castles on the hills are so important. All right, 48-3 on that eco KD. saymyname has killed more. Still wild to me that he hasn't found that gold, but he still has some gold to work with, still has some stone to work with. Getting guilds now. He's also taking some of the gold from Target's base. And saymyname's still working his treb numbers back up. He knows about this castle, but he also spotted the villagers. It's really weird to be taking wood at this point of the game outside your base, but I guess you kind of have to, don't you? I don't know if that's common. Maybe he did have slightly less wood in this generation compared to normal. But Bohemian late game. I actually think Onager was not a bad choice from Target. I know some people are going to say, why not Hoof needs it, but I think you might have greater potential to flatten the Kipcheks with Onager than you do Bombard Cannons. Because otherwise, like, this would happen so much easier if there were no Onagers. But sayMyName's just playing incredible Age of Empires 2. He is microed so well. And he's pressuring multiple sides with frequency. Right, he's still got this Treb over here. Okay, a couple Hussars running in to take that Treb. And, dude, the Kipcheks die so fast to the Halbs. The Halbs are so good. I wonder if maybe Skirms would be doable for Target as well. Okay, there's some Trebs now, too. Kipchek number's pretty low for saymyname. Trebs over here, going down for saymyname. Castle will stand for Target. But he's got very little gold income, very little stone income. And then still more micro from saymyname on this side, as we expect from him at this point, right? It's just, if you're not microing the Kipcheks, you could lose them all. Still wild. I mean, this gold would be so good for him. Still has more on gold than his opponent does, though. Big shots from the Onager, and another big shot from the Onager. Treb's still firing on the castle. 1,000 stone to repair with for saymyname. Onagers landing their shots. Trebs could maybe be repaired here. That's a lot of villagers repairing right now. Onagers have to pull back because of the Hussars, and the Trebuchet is exposed. One of the two Trebs goes down. Next Treb. Repair it. Next Treb stays up. And saymyname's sinking through that stone. He's chewing up that stone. No, he's spending his stone. There you go. Using the wrong words. And Target still has gold available here, which is now being raided by saymyname. It's really hard to keep your Halbs, to avoid your Halbs from running into your opponent's Kipcheks and Castle Fire. Onager is looking better and better for me right now. I don't know how long-term he can make the Onagers, but he does have 4 relics. He's got 4 freaking relics, guys. saymyname found the gold, too. He's going to get 1. So the pressure's on for saymyname. Like, if you start to lose grounds, you could lose this game. He's now at 500 stone remaining. There's more and more trebs from Target. As long as you have more halbs going to where the siege is, I think you can go underneath the castle like this. I think you can force that back. But that's only if you have more halbs in queue coming to this location. Coming to you soon, more halbs from the Bohemians. I think Say My Name realizes this is really bad, and he cannot engage against this anymore, so he's trying to change the point of attack. Distracts with the Hussars, finds an opportunity on the hill, boom, takes a treb. Oh my goodness. Oh, lots of kip checks will die. Lots of kip checks die! Will Say My Name die for the first time in like 20 minutes. He's behind in population for a second. I think a raid here, like maybe a ram push and a raid on this side could be a good try from Say My Name, but it's hard to do that when you're under pressure. We have 2 cannons in the mix. I don't think you need Hoof Needs at this point. This castle is still standing, but you can't engage easily against this death ball if you're Say My Name. He's just gone to this wood line here. He doesn't see anything. He just sold a bunch of wood. He's still got more gold income than his opponent, but he doesn't have the relics, so that will get worse. This has been an incredible Titans League series, man. And only one player can move on to gold. Oh, Hussars can find a way through! Where's the king? King's in the castle. Wait, what? I don't see it. Oh, I didn't see the flag. I'm dumb. Okay, sorry. I'm a little nervous myself right now. And Target has this gold now. And Target should just... He could either shift to the main base of Say My Name, or he could shift to another castle. Incredible stuff. Raid was noticed. Can you keep your trebs and your onagers and your halbs all together here if you're Target while you're being raided? Very easy to get picked apart here and start to lose things. More raids coming in from this side too, so good luck with that, Target. But he has the right idea. Just do not waver. Continue to move in directly for those castles. And keep everything together. You will lose Vills, but just sprinkle a couple of halbs in there and forget about it. More and more upgrades for Target. The resources are sky high for Say My Name, but he does not know how to spend them or what to make. Not sure where these villas are going right now. Whatever it is, I don't love it. Maybe, I guess they're going to the wood. Yeah, he's running out of wood. So that makes sense. Like we said, did get distracted there. We'll lose some halves, but he takes the castle. Also, Hussars are continuing to run through. Dang, what a game. What a series. 2 epic players. 2 epic civs too, man. This is great. This is why Target wanted to have Onager instead of bombard cannons. And I was worried that people weren't going to be able to recognize why he wanted Onager when he did it, if he would have lost earlier. Because it's very easy to question a player when they lose and their plan... They don't get to the point of the game where their plan can work. But guys, he's landed some massive shots. The Target can continue to grind down the castles. This could be great. I think Siege Ramp and Hussars on the sides could be good for Say My Name. Like maybe a couple Siege Workshops here. You could maybe consider Champion. But he's getting pushed further and further back. Maybe consider your own Onagers if you're Say My Name. This wood line's juicy, though. There's so many villagers for the taking here. Okay, wait a second. There's not many Onagers here anymore. Say My Name immediately makes a move. He wants these trebs. He goes in. Doesn't have to worry about Onager. He'll lose kip checks, but it's worth it to take out the trebs. Oh, God. Castle still needs to be repaired. He might need to buy stone. Oh, God. The Halbs are finding a great engagement. Target's pushing everywhere. Target's also going to lose villagers on wood, though. Ridiculous game right now. How do you stop 73 Halbs when you're humans? The Halbs are so pointy with the Bohemians. So much extra bonus damage. This is still a point of concern. I would say maybe drop a TC there if you're Target. KD still somehow looking good for Say My Name. That just shows you how many Halbs he's killed. Because we've just been watching him lose units left and right. I like the formation he has in his kip checks. And he clearly seems to just think that he's committed here. Like, there's no other option for him that would work. Oh my god, Say My Name doesn't have Iron Casting or Blast Furnace. Are you kidding me? Oh, that's so bad. That is +3 attack he is missing on his Hussars. And he simply has just forgotten about it. And he still kept the castle up anyhow. Okay, so there's more Trebs in production for Target. He will bring them forward. If he had the stone to drop a castle next to all of this, it might honestly just be GG, because he'd have the castle protection too. Or even a castle here. I'm still really concerned for him that he's very vulnerable on this left-hand side. And because the Trebs aren't here right now, Say My Name could push an area. Right? Like, oh, you can't Treb me down right now? Great, I go raid now. That is precisely what Say My Name's doing. And I could see that possibly hurting Target's economy. I mean, not possibly. It would hurt his economy, and it will happen because his villas are still exposed here. He could try and take this wood. Obviously, still exposed. Massive freaking death ball, though. And the Trebs are now here. And now the Kipchaks, though, have moved over here, killed villagers, and accompanied some Hussars. The Halbs have been forgotten about due to the distraction on the left, I'm sure. And this game can absolutely still go either way. King, by the way, is here for Say My Name. And Target will actually get the notification. Yeah, he will see that now because the tower is attacking him. Target's down to 97 vills. And there's still 14 more villagers over here. Target's losing a lot of economy. He needs this push to happen. He needs it to work. He's going to have 100 army because he lost so much economy. He is adding more vills, but I don't know where to. This is ridiculous. Say My Name has been pushed all the way back. His walls have been breached. He can't make more stone walls with his Civ. He wouldn't have the stone for it anyways. On the topic of blacksmith upgrades, I think having Blast Furnace would also be needed for Target. But it's not as egregious because the Halbs are still insanely good against the units that are coming in. And you can see it. It's working so well. But look at this. Look at the Kipchaks behind, guys. They're now aiming to pick off the reinforcements. So this is the main army. And this army could pick off all the reinforcements. This could be really annoying to deal with. Oh, we had a Treb from Target, which he could lose to villagers and a Hussar. That hurts. I mean, he's got 1,400 gold. Both players should be getting blacksmith upgrades, but I think we can understand that they're focused on this. And Say My Name's running with the king. He's getting concerned. The king is going to go hide in the north of the map. That's crazy. Can you imagine if Target thought there was a Treb in this castle and he accidentally sent the king forward right now? The scenes. This has been the best Regicide Fortress game. Yeah, the highest level and best Regicide Fortress game in Titans League Silver. And one of the best games that we've had if you were to combine, you know, Gold and Platinum Regicide Fortress 2. We did have some epic ones, don't get me wrong. I think the game versus with Ozone and Casva was also really good on Regicide Fortress, and the Onagers are called out. The Kipchaks find the siege. Still takes, excuse me, so many hits to be able to actually kill the Onagers. Even the starting TC is going to go right down now for Say My Name. He's now going to go Pikes himself and aim to make Halbs. Only 85 eco for Target. Say My Name has a group of Kipchaks here. Say My Name has a group of Kipchaks here. But he has to defend his main base. He's falling all the way back and trying to tempt the Halbs from Target out of position. And Target probably didn't expect the Kipchaks to be there, and Target loses the Trebs. Target 100 army. There's Halbs everywhere, and he actually could kill these villagers from Say My Name. Say My Name now has wood issues. Say My Name running. Hold on, I want to try some. I want to check something. Okay, I'm sorry to do that, but I wanted to see if treason was being researched. I guess I should have checked the Fog of War. My apologies. Okay. So the way he moves it at a specific time was making me think that maybe treason would have been researched. Which is rare, but it is possible. And no, treason's not being researched. He's just hiding. And now he's like, what can I do? What more can I do? Both players getting blacksmith upgrades, almost as if someone prompted them to. And it will be pointy boys and kip checks for Say My Name now. So he's just going to spend all that wood and food and go halb of his own. Honestly, don't mind it. I think that could be really nice. The Bohemian halbs won't do any bonus damage against other halbs. So you actually have similarly strength halbs, but you're so far behind getting those upgraded right now if you're Say My Name. Say My Name doesn't have his main base anymore. It is gone. It is done. He has to find a king kill, maybe. What are these villagers doing? He's had to ditch his base, and they're trying to find a new home. It's the Trail of Tears. Oh, God. I don't know if it's winnable anymore for him. I mean, he's just dying everywhere. The idle time's ridiculous. The only good thing for him is that he still has lots of wood and lots of food in the bank. But he's at 130 pop. That will change because he has barracks to produce and because he still has solid kip check numbers. But now his eco is significantly worse than Target's. This is now the new economy and the new safe space for Say My Name. All right, so Target. It's been a crazy run for you, dude. Where are those trebs? You have to make sure that those trebs are protected. For now, this is still fine because he's basically raiding with halbs. He's clicking the halbs around to locate economy. He knows Say My Name has to be over here. And so now he just has to shift his focus to this area. Obviously, still Castle Fire is an issue. Lots of things are problematic here, but Target could upset, not ACCM, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Say My Name, another beastly Vietnamese player. And I'm sure if ACCM's watching right now, he's rooting for Say My Name. This is cheeky. To still have this one stable over here and get this Hussar over here, that's nice. That's cheeky. Found the moment where the Trebs and the Onagers weren't protected, so we could get those snipes. It's just Target is looking here right now. So Target is trying to push the new area of Say My Name's base. Still good finds, but it does seem like Target noticed this, so he will have protection there. Horribly inefficient, but still okay. And now the resources for Say My Name's looking rough, but he goes in with the kip checks. He micros when he can do no wrong at this point. If he makes any mistakes, he will lose this game. Like, he needs everything to go right. Otherwise, he's completely screwed. And split micro. They didn't fire for some reason, but onagers have gone down. And you could use your own halbs to maybe take that treb. I don't know. It's actually not bad to have your own halbs in the mix here. But there's 77 from Target. A lot of that army, though, if we look at the army population or the army minimap, look at the red dots. That's the army on the minimap, guys. And TCs, I believe. So the army count's really high for Target, but he doesn't have the position he needs, and Say My Name holds on. Yeah, Target, I don't think he's going to be upset that he's in the other areas necessarily, but he does need to group up here because the population's somehow getting better for Say My Name. They sunk like 2 hours of their day into the prior games. And now this game's incredibly long, and neither player is going to want to lose this one. Does wood become an issue? Well, there's lots of wood here. Target's even going to castle this corner because I think he knows wood is so important. How many TCs do we have for Say My Name? Just one? Yeah, just one, and he's got 14 vills in queue there. 27 on food. He has one castle that is aflame at 1500 HP. These trebs, they need to somehow get with the main force, and they need to kill. The weird thing for Target is He's already taken 3/4 of the map, so he's probably like, I've kind of got this now. But he also doesn't have the gold to make 4 more trebs. Say My Name needs to kill those trebs if he sees them. He's just not paying attention. The Target even selling food to get some more gold right now. Just resign already? No, don't. Get out of here. Why would he resign? Why would he resign? He's at 110 pop. He's got kip checks. And his name is Say My Name. All right? I think he should absolutely continue to play. He has not been killed yet. Also, I think he should make a mad dash for the king. You do not resign in a game 5 after putting this much time into it, but that's going to be relic number 5, and Target should win this game. The Target's got a new target. He knows that castle's weak. You just go for the eco. Grind him down. But it seems to me like Target will pull off a big upset here, and he will move on to gold. TTL is all about... Oop, did the Trebs go down? Trebs did go down. TTL is all about finding new up-and-coming talents and giving them opportunities. And he's taken the opportunity here, and he's run with it. His poor king has had to exercise so much. He really doesn't like that, but he's alive still. Not sure if he's really going to have that much protection, though. Say My Name cannot get close to those onagers. There's no easy way for him to do it. You guys agree, though. King Sniper, yeah? It has to be King Snipe. And I don't know how you snipe it, but... he's maybe looking for one big engagement. 130 pop. The kip checks are ready. There's only 17 of them. And Target was... He had such a nice game plan to stop the fast imp. That's a big shot with the Hussite wagons. And then it really looked like he was starting to lose control. And he was able to get control back. And Target beats Say My Name. Say My Name will not be back in gold again. Target will join the big boys. Congratulations to him. What a series. Again, like I had just mentioned. Initially loved the Hussite wagon play. I thought that was top tier. And then Say My Name had to change his strat. Only he also didn't change his strat. He continued with kip checks. We could talk more about that. But then when Say My Name started to raid the sides and Say My Name has all this control and his micro was just ridiculous and onagers and trebs and everything was going down, it was so easy for me to feel like Target would lose. Target lost the castle earlier. Remember, like, imagine how tilted you would be, how frustrated you would be. And he was able to push past that. So congratulations to Target. I hope he's proud. That was an amazing series there. I'm excited to see what he can do. I think if he prepares strats and puts the time in that he clearly did here for silver, I think in gold he could definitely get enough wins to stay up. Dang. And sucks to see Say My Name not move through, but that's just how it works. The competition's supposed to be tough. And this was just silver. So, again, Target had the relics in this game. Ended the game with more wood collected, more gold collected. KD was actually still better for Say My Name. And honestly, I just one more thing to say here about how this game developed. I think Say My Name continuing with kip checks wasn't actually that bad. I think it was just the result of his civilization versus the Bohemians. If he would have tried to switch into something else, I'm not sure how many options he really would have had at the time. And he did show me value with those kip checks because he was switching side to side, microing. In the end, he needed to do more micro at Target's base, and he needed to pull Target out of position. But eventually, Target just got the significant mass and said, okay, I'm never losing this. I can lose Vils, which he did. He went down to 80 Vils at one point. He's like, I can lose Vils. I will never lose this death ball. I will put my attention on that. And that's what will win me the game. Sheesh. What a great game. And what a great series.